E Tū Whānau is something that my ancestors have always practiced. It's an ancient thinking, but only recently has become more deliberate.
All of the values that E Tū Whānau have is what I've grown up with, and it was about me wanting to find a way to connect with whānau here, to teach them the same things that I was taught.
Coming into a new country, it's really hard. Not the same language, not the same culture, but there is the same values. And so that's when they feel like more, okay, I do kind of have a sense of belonging.
E Tū Whānau began in 2008. We had a national hui of iwi leaders. They discussed the whole area of strengthening whānau, of the problems that whānau are facing and the challenges that they have to overcome. And so they said, right, we need to know what do we see and hear in whānau that are strong.
As we were developing E Tū Whānau, we looked all around the world for the answers. Māori rates of violence were severe. Māori children were most affected in state care. Māori women were more likely to be abused or hospitalised than any other race of woman in New Zealand. Prior to colonisation, Māori women were considered to be the envy of European women. What had changed so significantly, and what we came to find out, is that our values had considerably shifted from those earlier days and those traditional values, and that the notion of the sanctity of women and the sacredness of children was no longer valued in the same way and upheld in the same way. But actually, if we consciously think about the values of tapu, or Māori sense of sacredness and the roles of women as the bearers of our future, then it shifts the way that we treat women. Also to understand that our children are our future and that they are a reflection of our ancestors and ourselves changes what you can do and say and how you act. And realising that whakapapa or the genealogical links are not just about an individual, but they trace histories and they go all the way back. And so I must treat everyone that I see with respect and care. And I think the outcomes to that are about a better, safer, stronger, thriving family, community and society.
Tū Whānau is part of this place here. It conjures up words like respect, self-evaluation, just feeling good. Whānau, obviously, and just sharing good things. And when you share good things, you can share bad things as well.
The thing is, my parents, they told me this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, but they didn't do it. You know, and I didn't realise that till now, till I met E Tū Whānau. And then it made me realise what, shit, our kids are doing what we're doing. So that's when I thought, fuck, we need to change something here. So I just stuck to those E Tū Whānau values, and that was me. I was away.
We're really fortunate and lucky to have the support from E Tū Whānau. They're really outcomes focused and strengths based, and they're all about, te mana kaha o te whānau, and we too are like that. And a lot of our other contracts actually focus a lot on the crisis. Very reactive contracts where we need to fix this and sort this, get them food in there, and that's very important. But this one allows whānau to achieve their dreams and aspirations. It's an aspirational kaupapa. For example, some of the siblings that used to be on the streets that are now in prison or going through youth justice and things like that, we've actually got their siblings, and they are starting to take a different course. That's what I think E Tū Whānau is really awesome for. They give us the flexibility to address the needs of our community in our own way.
What E Tū Whānau is promoting is a shift of power and giving the power back to the community or the family. And there are agencies that don't want to make that shift, and they see themselves as the experts in other people's lives.
In communities who want to create the change, who have a really strong sense of mokapunatanga, that is that they want their children's children to flourish. And I think that's absolutely at the heart of E Tū Whānau.
Government writes the laws. Government produces the budget. Government can resource. The key is to work in genuine partnership.
E Tū Whānau is a vehicle, I think, that demonstrates to every other government agency how positive changes can be made.
You know, one of these kids commented, you know, "Hey auntie, it's like the sun shining through now, through all the dark." And I'm like, yes, you've got it, yes, you're right. Just knowing that they're going to survive. You know, they're not going to end up in jail their whole lives, you know. They know right from wrong. It's just carrying on their awhi, to support them to carry on doing all this great stuff that they're doing. The future's going to be bright as for them.
So we're in this for the long game. This is actually about preparing the future. But I think if we're prepared to make that action and consciously make those decisions and changes, we will actually reap the benefits. But it will take us to consciously think about what we're doing every day and in every action that we take, whether as a leader, whether as an academic, whether as a social change agent, or just a member of the whānau. Everyone has a role to play.
Te reru ngā rawa